The LED is blinking really fast and it's injecting packets on the Broadcom device. I can show you some logs to have an idea of what's going on this box and what it's currently doing.
It's there. Yeah, good. So,
What the fuck? This box.
So the idea is that right now we are SSHing into it. You'll see later plans in order to be able to control it in a much more diverse way. The idea is that you take this router and put it somewhere. And if you share a key, you could perfectly inject some ad hoc datagrams that would control it. We call that the bot mode for, of course, a security robot, not anything else.
Oh, fuck. You can see what's... I don't know if you can see the last lines. It's currently running aerodump from aircraft NG to capture packets, and it's running air replay to inject packets on the router, and then it's monitoring how much injection vectors, not injection vectors, IVs, and you can see is injecting at around 100 IVs per second, so it can inject around 30,000 IVs in 5 or 6 minutes. And then it will start aircraft NG to try to find the key.
So actually, I think we had to throttle down some injection rates because on some access point, if you inject at 150 packets per second, it's a lot. Then you crash the access point that you're trying to break into, because actually it's going too fast for it, and it's been coded with bugs that make it crash at the Wi-Fi level.
You can see the first steps here, where he first tried to guess what are the access points around. So he found there are 3 open networks before trying to hack into the poor victim, which is a web network.
And we are counting and counting.
Almost 1 minute.
Maybe we can use this little time in order to get questions. So far, we'll get many more improvements. But are there any questions? Yeah. Long. Okay, so this is plugged into the power, but actually it's a 5-volt power supply. So you can pretty much get batteries.
You can use 4 NiCad Accuse batteries, and that will deliver enough voltage for the box. Sorry? Not tested yet.
3 or 4 hours for 8 packs with what kind of batteries? 8 AA batteries, or this. So it works in 12 volt too. Wow. Oh, cool. Come to see us afterward, we are going to test it. Cool.
If you can see the last line on the board on the screen. He reached the 30,000 limits, and so now he's running aircrack NG to find the key with the factory which were dumped by aerodump NG. Yeah. So when, because it's a small CPU inside, you can see it was mainly injecting at 100, more than 100 IVs per second, and now that he's running aircrack NG, the injection rate dropped to 75, around 75. It should find the key really short now.
So one important thing we'll talk about later is the behaviors that we'll be using in order to attack the networks that are the closest or the most probable to be attacked by these kind of techniques. So in order to do that, for now we have a heuristic that is very simple, but we may have more complicated heuristics that take in account the number of packets per second that we take plus the signal power.
Done in 8 minutes.
All right.
So it's now the implementation is that it's looping. So if there is any new web network coming out, or if you move the box to somewhere where it can scan other web networks, it will try to attack these networks as well. So it's looping forever. As you can see now on the box, there is a green light saying he has found a web key. This one here. I don't know if you can see it. It's still blinking because it's still in operation, but there is a green light saying that it found a web key.
So we are thinking about rebranding the phone 2. So if you're really talented with graphic design, that would be very nice to have something else that's the phone advertisement, and so that there's a clear indication of what the blinking means, so that you'll know, oh, I don't remember when it's blinking fast. Oh yeah, it's written. Oh, it's cracking the fourth network. Okay, this kind of thing.
And, I'd like to have them in black instead of white.
So yeah, if you have your parents do own some kind of plastic producing factory, we need you.
So now it's still looping, but it's skipping the network he found. No need to crack a key he already found. So he's skipping, but there are no. Maybe you can try to start a new web network and see. We can see if he can be hacked by.
There was a question from?
Of course. You can work on it tomorrow or on Monday, Tuesday. I can help.
On this hardware, there are GPIO ports, so we can pretty much use that maybe to control through SPI or I2C.
Also serial ports on it, so we can dump anything to anything. It's really too limited, as you can see when you run aircrack NG. Aircrack NG is a really big and time-consuming process. It's launched something like 3 or 4